top 10 places for American expats to live in Thailand. That's what this vlog is about. And if you're thinking about moving to Thailand, or maybe you're living in other parts of Asia or even in Thailand already, but you're considering different options or places to live, this is the perfect vlog for you. So I'm gonna list in ascending order from number 10 on up to number 1, the top 10 places to live in Thailand. And I've made Thailand base since 2019. Originally, I was gonna move to Chiang Mai, but ended up settling in the south. I stayed in Phuket for 4 years. So let's get started. Number 10, Phrae. It's the only location on this list in northern Thailand, or what I call the extreme haze zone, or the really bad air quality 3 or 4 months out of the year. But if you look at the scorecard, Phrae does check a lot of the good boxes. What's missing? There's not a big expat community. There's no airport. It's not necessarily located near the water. It's probably not the best place to date. But an important note for numbers 10, 9, and 8, they're really listed because they're what I would call an introvert's paradise, or a really great place. Say if you were to meet a woman in Thailand and she happened to be from one of these places, it'd be quite great. Number 9 is Sichon. It's located right on the Gulf of Thailand. There's 2 airports, each about 1 hour away. It's very convenient if you want to take a boat, say over to Koh Phangan or Koh Samui. And it's another place that's great for introverts paradise, or for maybe settling down with your Thai wife or Thai girlfriend. It's also the location of one of the most scenic motorbike rides in all of Thailand. And it's just a great community, good food, cost of living. It's affordable. There's a hospital right there, so you have good health care. The drawbacks, no real expat community. It wouldn't be an ideal place to try to date. And there's a few other little strikes against it. But for the most part, if you're looking for introverts paradise on the water, it is almost a perfect 10. Number 8, Songkhla. Just about a 20-minute drive from Pattaya. So you have the benefits of a big urban city within a 20-minute drive. So you have all the amenities of healthcare and everything else that a big city brings. But then when you're in Songkhla, you have a pristine ocean, beautiful beach. It's a nice old town that feels very charming, has cool cafes, good food. It checks almost all the boxes. It has almost everything you would want if you're looking for a peaceful place to live on the sea. And it has the benefit of the big city, just 20 minutes away with Pattaya. It just doesn't have a very big expat community. But for me, as an introvert, if I was to rank number 1 introvert paradise in Thailand, it would be that. Number 7, Udon Thani. It's the only location in eastern Thailand on this list. I think it's the best place in eastern Thailand for American expats. There's some historical things there that go back to the Vietnam War, and Americans had a large presence in that town. I think they had almost 10,000 Americans living in Udon Thani during the Vietnam War. There's a lot of pluses to it. It has really good health care, really good expat community. It does have a little bit of nightlife. It has the airport, the train station. A couple drawbacks about Udon Thani if you're a foodie. There's not a lot of upscale restaurants or upscale food or dining options. And 2, you get that northern haze, that pollution 3 or 4 months out of the year that kind of funnels over into eastern Thailand too, giving it pretty poor air quality during that time. Number 6 is Bangkok, and it's not necessarily my favorite. It's not necessarily even on my top 10, but it's included on this list because I know American expats who live there and absolutely love it. The big city, all the food options, the energy, the electricity, the electricity of the energy of people and action. And you have all the upscale dining, upscale shopping. You have everything you want in a big city. Even has really good public parks. And it's one of the best places in Thailand when it comes to meeting people and meetups and community and maybe even dating. But for me, the drawback is in regard to a city, whenever I go to Bangkok, and I usually go once a month for 4 or 5 days, it always kind of zaps me. It takes a lot of energy to hustle around Bangkok and go from point A to point B. I love it, but it wouldn't be my number 1 choice to live there. But it is number 6 on the top 10 places for American expats to live in Thailand. Number 5 is Koh Phangan. It's the only island listed on this top 10. Why? If someone has the resources and the freedom to be a guy over 50 and they want to focus specifically on health and fitness while living in Thailand, I think you can't beat Koh Phangan. And it has a really good expat community, it has really healthy food. It has all these saunas and ice baths and gyms and yoga and everything else you need to nourish your body to be in better shape. It has a lot of what you would say maybe mental health groups if you want to have that kind of community, spiritual aliveness. You also have that option there. It gets a little bit crowded during its full moon party, but in regard to an island, and if your priority is health and fitness, that's the spot. What do they say? Up until 50 as men, we sacrifice our health for wealth, and then after 50, we spend our wealth to try to get our health back. Koh Phangan is great for that guy. What are the drawbacks? Not really good health care, no airport, pretty inconvenient if you have to fly, say, every month. Dating is probably not ideal. And if you read any media around the world, or if you search Koh Phangan, you're gonna hear some backlash about Israelis taking over the island. That aside, it falls at number 5 on the top 10 places for this list. Number 4, Krabi. I think it's as close as you're going to get to an island vibe, but be located on mainland. It has really good nature, really good hiking, really good fitness. There's an airport there. There's a second place right next to Krabi, 10, 15 minutes away called Klang Mung. Very peaceful beachside town that's really popular with expats. You have good expat community. You have scuba diving if you choose it. The drawback is probably healthcare. But other than that, Krabi and Klang Mung is one of the best places in Thailand to live as an expat. Number 3, Hua Hin. And maybe the best place in Thailand for expats to live who are over, say, 65 or 70 years old. And I say that because when you go out in the evenings there's a food scene that almost feels like an Oktoberfest. Just good community. Everybody's out there enjoying. You have the sea, you have the national park, you have good places to explore, a lot of caves to go explore if you like hiking. Pretty easy if you're looking for long-term companionship or even short-term companionship. Not very far from Bangkok, has really good healthcare, has an airport. So it checks almost all the boxes, and I included it this high on the top 10 because I think in particular for expats who are a little bit older, say over 65, over 70, in particular, it's attractive for them. Number 2, Pattaya. Excellent place for American expats to live in Thailand. It checks almost every box. It has great food options, good expat community, good nightlife, really easy for however you define dating. It has almost everything. It doesn't have an airport. Sometimes the air quality isn't great. The quality of the seawater isn't the best. It's not perfect, but in regard to good expat community, meeting people, whether it's friends or females or dating, however you define that, it's affordable. It just has almost every amenity you would want when you're looking to have a place to live outside of America. And number 1, Pratumnak Hill. It's quickly become my favorite place in Thailand. The more time I spend there, it's special. It's lodged right between Jomtien in central Pattaya, but it has a unique vibe. When I'm on the Pratumnak 5, the main street there, it has kind of a California vibe to me. And it has all the amenities that you have in Pattaya. So all the healthcare, all the food, all the upscale food options, really awesome American expat community. Probably the best, strongest expat community in all of Asia. When it comes to dating, the options are endless, and whatever frustrations you might be feeling if you're back home in the US, no matter how old you are, whether you're 20s or your 30s or your 40s, all those frustrations will go away when you're in Pratumnak Hill or the Pattaya area. The drawback or the negatives, when you search online about Pratumnak Hill or Pattaya, you'll see a lot of search results that come back and talk about Russians or Indians. All that aside, when I'm there, I don't really notice it. I think you see what you look for, because when you're in Pratumnak Hill, It just feels awesome. There's so many fitness options, saunas, spas, ice baths, and awesome gyms. For me, it's my number one place to choose as an American expat to live in Thailand. Two honorable mentions that weren't included on this list: Koh Samui and Kanchanaburi. Kanchanaburi, you might be familiar with the River Phrae or the Death Railway. That's where those are located. Koh Samui, why didn't it not make the top 10? Because lately you're hearing more and more complaints about it's becoming a second Phuket. Too many crazy motorbike riders, and it's kind of lost a little bit of its magic that it had, say, 5 years ago. One final mention before closing out this list of top 10 places to live as an American expat in Thailand. Consider 7 places. These 7 places I'm going to list, that your desire is just a nice, peaceful place to live that has good community, good food, affordability, where you could probably have a pretty good quality of life for $1,500 a month, realistically. Khanom on the Gulf of Thailand, Khao Lak, which is just north of Phuket, Turtle Beach, which is also just north of Phuket, Mukdahan in eastern Thailand, Phatthalung in the south of Thailand, Trang, and then lastly, Surat Thani, and that's where I've chosen to make base for over the past year. And my mood on it is shifted a little bit. I moved there from Phuket when Phuket started to get overwhelmed with tourism and the element changed compared to how peaceful it was during the pandemic. And now that I've been in a smaller city or Surat Thani, I'm missing the expat community that you find in, say, a Pratumnak Hill. I'm missing upscale food options. I'm missing the amenities that other places like Pratumnak Hill or Krabi have that you will not find in these smaller towns or smaller cities around Thailand. But those 7 cities, those 7 places are worth consideration if you're thinking about affordability and your value. Your quality of life is going to be pretty darn good. And I feel like if you're on a budget, living in those 7 places is going to be a much better experience than if you're on a budget trying to make it in the US. A couple key things about this vlog though. 2 places are missing. One, Phuket, to Chiang Mai. Why? I lived in Phuket during the pandemic and it changed quite a bit during that time. It's just become more or less a great destination if you're Russian. And then other problems exist there now, like too much traffic, too much crime. It's just not as a desirable place for an American expat to live today as it was, say, 3 or 4 years ago. Second is Chiang Mai is not on the list. Why? Because of the awful, sometimes disastrous air pollution that can last 4 months out of the year. So it immediately, for me, eliminates all places in northern Thailand as a place to live as an American expat for health reasons. The air pollution is, in fact, that bad. So all of northern Thailand's not on this list except for 1 spot. That's it for the top 10. I'm curious to hear your comments and your feedback below about if you're living in Thailand, where you choose to call your home base, or if you're thinking about moving to Thailand as an American expat, where you have your eyes on. Until next time, everyone, I will see you on the next vlog.